I found Challenge Detroit in a time of my life where, I was really trying to discover, where I fit in terms of my career, but also in terms of how can I make the strongest impact in like the different communities of Detroit. And Challenge Detroit really was a place where I was able to find a lot of mentorship.
Challenge Detroit really helped to enlighten me about the possibilities that are available in the city of Detroit for young leaders and professionals, and coming into the city and moving to the city as a social worker, I think was one of the best decisions I've made for my career.
And they bring new ideas, they approach things differently, and then their engagement with those nonprofit organizations across the city of Detroit brings a whole different lens to how they approach work, how they value relationships, how they engage with their team members.
The benefit of being a fellow is that it really showed me that I had options and that my skills were valuable.
Challenge Detroit just offered the opportunity to learn the context and the nuances and the history and the players in the city in a way that I don't think any job would have been able to offer me.
I mean, we're in Detroit, and there are so many opportunities to be inspired by great things that are happening here. Challenge Detroit is one of those places, and the reason why Challenge Detroit creates opportunities for inspiration is largely because you touch so many different organizations in the community.
Being able to have kind of this steady pipeline of amazing talent that's coming from all different walks of life and all different disciplines, and being able to have access to that is super, super exciting, not just for, I think, our company, but for all of the companies in the city of Detroit who are constantly looking for the best talents.
In the city of Detroit, I can see the impact that Challenge creates on this city, especially through the fellows and the experiences that they get through the program. The background, the context, really putting themselves in the place of the person that, or the communities that they're serving. That really helps to build fellows that are thinking broadly, but also thinking about the real challenges that we have here in our city. That impact then plays out in your professional life, and it makes our city a better place.
Challenge Detroit is much of the reason I do what I do today. It brought me to the idea of community development. It taught me about urban planning and living in the built environment. Learned so much from Challenge Detroit, and it's something that I carry with me at work each day.
What I think is so beautiful about Challenge Detroit is how many people it brings together from so many different experiences who are all working towards this same goal of making an impact in the city that is intentional, that is using the human-centered design aspects to really elevate the voices of people who are here while bringing in the new energy and enthusiasm to make the best impact possible.
I feel like Challenge Detroit means to me the opportunity to not only give back, but to open my eyes and my heart to the exposure that I never knew in this city.
To me, a decade of impact for Challenge Detroit means 10 years of bringing together smart, courageous, inspiring, and driven leaders.
What 10 years really means to me, this just exponential explosion in the city of new thinking and getting rid of the old modes of operating and interacting with in the communities as well as with their neighbors, that can really lead to actual progress.
One of the things that I reflect most fondly on is the strength and the expansiveness of the alumni network. The breadth and the depth of impact that our alumni and fellows have had, whether it's from becoming doctors to starting their own nonprofits to joining city council, I think is really beautiful.
The work that me and my cohort did and seeing the impact we made was really uplifting to know that just a small group of us could make such a huge change. So to think about 10 years of that, 10 groups of fellows, 10 cohorts, 10 years of impactful change in the city of Detroit makes me so happy to be part of that journey.